Welcome back to the Flashracing Cup Series Season 4 for the Bristol Sharpie Dirt Race. And it's going to be really exciting to come back to the Bristol Dirt for the first time this season, and the only time this season. It is a unique racetrack. It's the only dirt track on the schedule, and it's been on the schedule since last season, and it's been going to be really exciting to see what happens today. We are going to be going right to the drop of the green flag shortly, as the broadcasts have been shortened for technological reasons due to some of the failures we've been having recently. So unfortunately, no pre-race show or anything like that. We're going to be going straight to the races. Just wanted to let you guys know about that. That's a change that's going to have to be made for the rest of the season. So yeah, just letting you guys know that ahead of time. You guys are going to be seeing the cars as they go. And it's going to be really exciting either way. I feel like we could still bring you guys something that's going to be fun to watch. That's really what my goal is here. This is going to be the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race, so stay tuned for the drop of the green flag very, very shortly. If you're not familiar with how the Flashracing Cup Series works, be sure to check out the other races that came before this one and future races to know how the package works and stuff like that. It's still the same, even though the races have been shortened. So stay tuned for the broadcast itself. We're about to get started really shortly here. The cars have been cleared from the racetrack, so we can do the basic racing rules package as usual. Starter's going to have the green flag in his hand shortly. Green flag here, as you can hear the spinner going off. And car number 1 of the night, here comes Ryan Blaney in the Worth Ford Mustang, as we already spun for him already. And he's got a rocket ship, Ryan Blaney does. That Worth Mustang for Penske Racing. Ryan Blaney off to a great start tonight. He was the pole sitter, and that's why he started out front. So, starting the night on the right foot here for that number 12 of Ryan Blaney. Here comes the fan favorite. Chase Elliott is back from his leg injury, driving the Hooters number 9 here. Let's see where he ends up. Bam! Right past Ryan Blaney. A good run right there, and he is out front. Chase Elliott in that Hooters car. Look at him ripping the high line here. We're already having some high line action in this race. This racetrack has been prepped really well for these drivers, and Chase Elliott's taking advantage of it, as Ryan Blaney is going to be in second place. Here comes the next driver, Kyle Busch. His final season with Joe Gibbs Racing in the number 18. Kyle Busch is going to take away second place from Ryan Blaney. Kyle Larson in the Valvoline Chev, number 5 for Hendrick Motorsports. Let's see what he does. He's a great dirt track driver, and we usually see him executing on the high side. He's actually going to make a pass on the low side to get past Chase Elliott and all those other cars. So a fantastic run for Kyle Larson. He is out front ahead of his Hendrick Motorsports teammate in the number 9, Chase Elliott. So here comes the next car. Here's Christopher Bell and his DeWalt Toyota for Joe Gibbs, number 20. Here he comes. And it looks like Christopher Bell is going to take away third from Kyle Busch. So now the top 3 consists of the number 5, the number 9, and the number 20 of Christopher Bell, who is ahead of his teammate Kyle Busch. That's the next fastest Toyota. Here comes Chase Briscoe in the number 14 for Stewart Haas Racing, as we just spun for him as well. Chase Briscoe side by side with Chase Elliott, and now with Kyle Larson. There's a battle for the lead right here, but Chase Briscoe is going to prevail in that battle, and now Chase Briscoe is the race leader here in the Flashracing Cup Series. Bristol Dirt Race. A fantastic night if he can get a race win and continue his great season, get a second win, and get some more points here. Those points are going to be really, really valuable. Chase Briscoe is still in good shape in the championship fight. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And he's a great dirt racer, so he's starting higher than usual here in today's race. And he's only going to get past the number 18 of Kyle Busch, but if he can finish right where he is right now, in 5th place, that's going to be a good points night for the number 47 team. Here comes the number 99 of Daniel Suarez. Let's see what he's got. And Suarez is only going to get past... Oh, he's going to get past Kyle Busch as well. So it looks like the cars are going to be losing spots here. This usually happens with this package. Is that the 18 and 12... Remember those guys that started in the front row? They have fallen all the way to the back of the cars that have run so far. That's how unpredictable this racing is. And a good run for Daniel Suarez, by the way. If he can finish where he is, he's going to get solid points. He's going to have a solid point tonight. Here comes the championship leader, Austin Cindric. Spin his spinner there. Let's see how well your points leader does. Another great night. Look at that. He's going to get past Chase Elliott side by side with Larson. But Larson's going to prevail in that battle, and Austin Cindric is going to be in third place, your championship leader in that number 2 car. So that's really, really cool to see him running as well as he is in that number 2 as the points leader. It's going to be really, really important for him to continue to build that cushion to stay in the championship 4. We still got a couple of races left this season, and it looks like he's got the best chance at the championship thus far. But that could change. Briscoe is going to probably put his name in the mix if he has a good night as well. Stay tuned for Austin Dillon. The Bass Pro Chevy. And it looks like, wow, Austin Dillon, a good night. Very, very good night. He's going to be in third place. So Austin Dillon having a career night in the Flashracing Cup Series. Very, very cool. See the 3 car up there. Good opportunity to have a great points night. Doesn't have very many points at all. Doesn't really run towards the front usually. But tonight, it seems like that's going to be the case. He's going to be running in third, right behind Kyle Larson. And Austin Dillon, he's run races on dirt before, so he'll be just fine. Here comes Philip Torres in the number 46 Oreo car. The owner of Action 46 Network and the driver and owner of this number 46 team. So let's see what he's got. He's really good at dirt racing, so it shouldn't be that hard for him. And he is going to be all the way up to second place. And it looks like he's going to be battling Chase Briscoe here for that spot, for the lead. Side by side for the lead. And Philip Torres is out front here in the Bristol Dirt Race. That is really awesome. Philip Torres battled with Chase Briscoe right there for the lead, and Philip Torres has it so far. He won last year's race here that number 46 has. This time he's in the Oreo Chevrolet, and he's battling Chase Briscoe with all he's got. But here comes Flash Racer in the number 94. Let's see what he has. In a contract year, he's going to dive bomb all these cars, passes Kyle Larson cleanly, and it looks like in second. Now, Philip Torres' driver and teammate, Flash Racer, is in second place, and he passed Chase Briscoe right there for that spot. So it looks like PTR Flash Racing is having a great night here out on the track. So the points, it's going to be a good points night for them as well, and it's really showing the amount of effort these two have put into their racing program. Of course, Flash Racer trying to get a contract extension with Chevy to continue to be on that team. But it's a good night so far, so he can continue to build on that possibility. Here comes Brad Keselowski in the number 6. So we're going to do his spinner as well. Brad Keselowski spins out. So your first... Ooh. Yep, Keselowski is your first DNF of the night. Very unfortunate for Brad Keselowski. So that number 6 car is out. There's your spinner here for Joey Logano in the number 22. Check it out. Let's see what he has. He's won races here in the Cup Series before. He won the Bristol Dirt Race in the Cup Series in 2021. And now it looks like he's going to pass Austin Dillon and be side by side with Larson, and he's going to pass Kyle Larson cleanly as well. So we got 2 Fords and 2 Chevys in the top 4 right here. In the top 5, there'll be 3 Chevys because Larson is there as well. But it looks like Philip Torres has got a good handle on this race so far. Both Flash Racer and Philip Torres. PTR Flash Racing having a great night tonight. Let's see Jessica Monett, the Toyo Sports driver, number 13. Number 13 of Jessica Monett. Let's see what she has. Wham! She's going to pass Christopher Bell right there. And the leaders from the beginning of the race, Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott, are getting passed. As you can see, really a great job for the number 13 right there. But look at that, the 18 of the 12, as I was going to mention there before Jessica Monnet surprised us all and passed 2 of those cars, Bell and Chase Elliott. Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch continue to fall back. The 2 fastest cars are falling towards the back. So that's a bit of a concern. They started out really good, and now they are struggling. Let's see Martin Truex Jr. and the number 19 car. He's the next car up. As you heard the spinner going off right there, Martin Truex Jr. Bam, he is going to pass all those guys right there. Truex is going to pass Christopher Bell, his teammate right there. He also passed Stenhouse, Juarez, Busch, and Blaney. Busch and Blaney continue to fall back, and Truex gains a spot over his teammate, Christopher Bell. So let's see Ross Chastain. Let's see what he can do. Oh, God, that was not a good spin. See what he's got. Ross Chastain, here he comes. He's up to 3rd. Boom, into the 14 right there. And it looks like he's going to be in 3rd place. Ross Chastain in the Trackhouse number 1. He's got the car in the top 5. So Trackhouse Racing's got a car that's below the top 5 and one that's in the top 5. So the 99 and 1 are having very different nights. Well, let's see who's up next. It is William Byron in the number 24. So let's see what he's got. William Byron is going to pass Martin Truex Jr. and get up to his teammate Chase Elliott right there. There's a little battle going on right there, but not for the lead. They are battling mid-pack as the 94 and 46 continue to pull away with the lead here, this Bristol Dirt Race. Flash Racer, of course, won the Clash, so he's got momentum on his side. That number 94 does. The Clash winner, the All-Star winner, All-Star Clash, if you can call it, because it was run at the LA Coliseum, which hosted the Clash for the Cup Series. Flash Racer, the winner of that event, is running 2nd right now with Ross Chastain, who almost won Martinsville a couple of weeks ago, running right behind him. Here's Denny Hamlin in the number 11. In case I didn't already spin it already, here comes Hamlin. And Hamlin is going to, boom, body slam the 3 car out of the way. All right, okay. Aggressive move for the 11. That just bumped the 3 car a spot lower. So Hamlin is using his car as a weapon to get past the number 3. Here comes Chris Buescher in the number 17. Let's see what he has. And Buescher is going to pass Christopher Bell for that spot. Here comes Bubba Wallace. All right, let's see Bubba Wallace, how far he makes it. 3 wide between, oh wow, 3 wide right there, and it looks like, 3 wide is not going to work at a track like this. Bubba's going to lose a couple of spots now because of that. But he's not going to be in last, but he is going to be behind Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, and, of course, Bubba Wallace himself. Here comes Kevin Harvick in the number 4. And Harvick is going to have a great night. Boom! He's going to have a great night, but he's going to move the 22 up the track. And boom! So we got fighting back and forth between the 4 and the 22. Wow, they made a lot of contact right there. Kind of unnecessary from the 22. So that definitely wouldn't surprise me if they had a conversation after the race. After the race is over with, there's going to be a lot to talk about. Here comes the number 48 of Alex Bowman, your Season 1 champion. Your Season 1 champion hasn't been having a great season this year. Not the greatest. He's going to get past the 5 tonight, so very good for Alex Bowman. He just made a spot passing his own teammate right there, so there could be heat between the two, because if you guys remember the Open to the All-Star race, Bowman knocked out Larson to get in. And that had to be a heated moment. So yeah, Bowman's definitely got to be thinking about that. as this race goes on and those two are racing each other. Here comes Eric Jones, the number 43. Let's see what he has for the field. Eric Jones. Eric Jones not going to make it far. Boom, right behind the 23. And that's as far as he's going to go. Just a bit of traffic. Kind of hard to pass in that situation for the 43 car. So, Philip Torres is still out front. The number 10 of Eric Almirola. Let's see what he has. As we just spun for him. Eric Almirola, a fast car. Probably gonna need some room because he rolled up a high number. And Eric Almirola is side by side with Philip Torres. Looks like, oh man, they're battling for the front right here. Looks like it's gonna be a battle between the 10 and the 46 car. Who would have thought Flash Racer and Chastain fall back because these guys are gonna start becoming the main show. The 10 and the 46. Who would have thought it? Eric Almirola is battling up there with him. And that number 10 car. This is a great night for that number 10 because usually he's not ever in this situation in the Flashracing Cup Series. So, a great night for number 10. And of course, Philip Torres is going to have to be on his toes all night long. We got a couple laps left in the race, but that 10 car still has enough time to pull something out. But for the time being, the leader is the number 46. 8 laps to go. Here comes Tyler Reddick in the number 45 for 2311. And Tyler Reddick is going to pass Chase Elliott for that spot. So check it out. Tyler Reddick going to pass to number 9. Here comes Alex Ross in the number 89. Let's see what he has. Ooh, he might have a good night. He needs this one. 3 wide between Flash Racer, Ross Chastain, and Alex Ross. Boom! Flash into the wall. He got hip checked by the number 1 right there. And Alex Ross follows suit with the 1. Passes him, and Flash Racer gets fenced by the 1. And now the 1 car is going to be in 3rd place. In 4th is Alex Ross, and well, Flash Racer's still in the top 5. So he might have a little bit of damage, so I'm not sure if he'll have a chance to win this one now because of that. But look how many spots Flash Racer lost compared to his owner/teammate, Philip Torres, right there, who right now is battling Eric Almirola for all the glory. All right, here comes Simon Torres in the number 71. Let's see what he has for the field. Oh man, that seems kind of slow. Not the fastest run, but he is going to be behind the 24. But he did pass a pretty decent amount of cars. There's only 32 cars in this race. Only 32 cars qualified. So that kind of inflates the finish for Simon Torres. But obviously not the fastest race car. But he has nothing to worry about. He has plenty of points to play with. That number 71 does. He's the Daytona 500 champion. And he's battling number 24. Here comes the 36 of Izzy B. So let's see what Izzy B has. She might be going to a new ride next year. Probably a different Ford team. We are unsure. So her contracts for next year are undecided. So she has to prove a little more. Let's see what Izzy B has. 3 wide between Byron and Simon Torres and Izzy B. And she's going to get the best of them both. And make it almost 3 wide right there between Larson, Hamlin, and herself. Izzy B. So, promising night. Passed a lot more cars than usual this season, that 36 has. 4 more to go, and the battle between Almirola and Philip Torres heats up. Here comes the number 41 of Cole Custer. Let's see what he has. Cole Custer has had awful luck this year, and he's not even going to be in this series next year. So that's really unfortunate, but check it out. He passed a decent amount of cars right there. We'll have to see if that's enough to get him some points. Really, really good right there. It might not be, because look at this jam up right here. When we get to the end of the race, we'll definitely know what the top 10 is going to look like. But the battle between that Haas car and that PTR Chevy, you got Eric Almirola and Philip Torres still battling out front for all the glory. That has not changed one bit. And Flash Racer, it seems like he is having trouble with probably a toe link issue, but he's still running out there the best he can. It may or may not be a toe link issue. We're not sure. Something is happening with the 94 on the right rear after smacking the wall like that from Ross Chastain. So Ross Chastain has definitely caused some damage to that number 94. And it looks like Flash Racer hasn't said a word about Chastain on the radio. And as far as the number 1's radio communications, now that Flash has been talking about the damage, Ross Chastain and his crew has stated over the radio that it seemed to be a mistake on Chastain's part. So that's definitely going to be something to consider right there. Chastain may have a different opinion, but it seems like it's a mistake that Chastain has made. So it looks like the 1 and 94 could be having at it at some point. But like we said, we're going to leave Flash alone. He has not said a thing about the 1. Here comes the 21 of Harrison Burton in that Dex Imaging Ford as he just spun a spinner 3 laps to go at the stripe. 21 car's never really been 3 wide right there. As we're about to say, he isn't ever really that fast in the series, but he made it 3 wide. Bam! Some contact between the 21 and the 71 right there. 2 laps to go, and the battle still continues between Philip Torres and Eric Almirola in the number 10. Like I said, these guys have been battling for the second half of this race. Very short races in this Flash Racing Cup series, so not a lot of chances. But that 46 is really got an edge on that number 10. We're going to have to see what happens at the end because both are just as fast. And of course, great nights for Chastain and Alex Ross. Higher than usual finishes. Here comes Ty Dillon in the number 42. And check it out. Oh, man, he really took chances, that 42 just did. Shook up the running order right there, past a whole bunch of cars. So a great day for Ty Dillon and that number 42. A great night here on the dirt. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. 42 usually finishes way below that, but his teammate, Eric Jones, in this race, he's usually ahead of the 42, but today he is way behind the pace of the 42, which is really not common. Usually the 43 car is the best on that organization. Here comes Corey LaJoie in the number 7, the final car of the night before the winner of the race is decided. So let's see what he's got for the field. Corey LaJoie, let's get his spinner. Boom. The final car of the night. Not a lot of... Oh, he barely tagged the 71. And we got a big one. Reddick, Byron, and Truex collected. Chase Elliott barely. Oh, huge contact between the 21 and the 19 right there in that wreck. Oh, boy. Oh, that was nasty. And then, of course, bam. That is going to be the end of the race. We got a couple DNS. We were about to say there was not that much DNS. Oh, and the 43 gets turned by the number 99. You heard the metal contact right there. Diecast. He is out. Eric Jones has been turned, and a lot happened on the last lap of that race. And coming to the line, we're going to have to see who is the winner of this race. So, judging by the spinner, they're going to be close. Boom, contact. Holy cow, Eric Almirola. Unbelievable. What a heartbreak for Philip Torres. You saw the way that finished, the contact that was made. Both drivers making a huge effort. Eric Almirola has won the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race in a crazy finish. Contact between the 11s and the wall. The 36 just put Hamlin in the fence. And that is how it's going to end. A heartbreak for PTR Flash Racing and Philip Torres right there. He dominated the night, but of course on the last lap, the 10 executed. Eric Almirola for Stewart Haas Racing gets his first Flash Racing Cup Series win. Man, as all that was happening on the last lap, they kept the field green. Because they were already towards the start-finish line. And wow, what a mess on the back straightaway. The 43 car spun out off the nose of the 99. And Eric Almirola is the winner. So let's take a look at your top 10. So you have the winner, Eric Almirola, Philip Torres, Ross Chastain, Alex Ross, Flash Racer, got Kevin Harvick, Briscoe, Logano, Bowman, and Larson barely edging out Izzy B for the top 10 points. So that is it, folks. Eric Almirola is your winner here in the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race. Congratulations to Stewart-Haas Racing and Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola hasn't done many burnouts in his NASCAR career, only a couple, but his first in the Flashracing Cup Series, doing a dirt burnout. And that number 10 right there. Man, Philip Torres gotta be dejected right now. Because that was such a close finish. Could have been a win. But instead, Eric Almirola comes out with the upset victory here in the Bristol Dirt. Eric Almirola is your winner of the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race. Check that out. Stewart-Haas Racing gets another win this season. They're second. As the camera focuses in on Eric Almirola's dirty number 10, as he just won the Bristol Dirt Race here in an upset finish. Eric Almirola, when he wins, it's usually an upset victory, and today was the upset victory he was looking for to get 100 points in the Flashracing Cup Series. You get 100 points for winning a race. For you new fans out there who didn't already know that. What a fantastic victory for the number 10. He should be very proud of himself. From almost the middle of the pack to the front, that number 10 was able to pull this one out. So congratulations to the number 10 Stewart-Haas Racing team with Eric Almirola. Awesome win for that team. They really needed it. And of course you could tell that just a crazy race. And we're going to take a look at the finishing order here. This is how they ended up. These two are all the way towards the back, so I'll move those a little bit. Here is the finishing order of this race. The cars are underneath the table, so that's why I'm able to do this for you guys, show you guys where they've all finished. Here they are. And here are all the cars that wrecked. So remember how Kyle Busch and Blaney started to the front and kind of faltered all the way to the back? Well, they aren't going to finish in the back because look at all these DNFs that happened on the last lap, including the one from earlier with Brad Keselowski, who unfortunately finished dead last. Oof, that is not a good finish for the 6th, but here are all the cars that got wrecked out and where they finished, the finishing order of how that went. So very disappointing for these teams, especially for the number 6 who wrecked earlier. That was a biggie. But that is it, folks. That is the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race, and we want to thank all the fans who stuck around for this race because definitely disappointing not to have a pre-race show, but like we said, we are trying our best with the technology that we have. We hope to make some improvements in the future, mainly in Season 5. So it's been caught up with, really busy with a lot of things, so we don't really have that much time to work on this stuff as we used to, but we hope to continue to bring you some more races, and Eric Almirola was the winner of today's, the Sharpie Bristol Dirt Race. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. We are going to try to upload the points to the Project 94 channel. So go there to see how the points are stacked up for the Flashracing Cup Series. So thank you all for checking out this diecast race here. Comment, like, and subscribe to both Project 94 and Action 46. Action 46 Network, of course, which you're watching this race on. Make sure you subscribe to that. We've only got a couple more races. The schedule has been shortened to get this season finished in 2023. So thank you all for checking out this diecast race, you guys. Really appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next diecast, or the next Flashracing Cup Series Season 4 race. There's a lot of changes happening with the series, so you're going to want to stay tuned for those. And, of course, the next couple of races, we're going to do the best we can with what we have. So that's going to be it. See you guys in the next one.